5 California sea lions, and 1 harbor seal whose name is Gambit. You can tell Gambit apart by the fact that he's a little bit smaller and has a little bit more blubber than our sea lion friends. He also has a nice black and white speckled coat, whereas sea lions are a nice sleek brown. Seals also don't have any external ear. They only have ear holes. But if you look at the head of a sea lion, you'll notice some nice little ear flaps above their ear holes. So that's another easy way to tell them apart. However, the biggest difference between seals and sea lions are their front flippers. So sea lions have very long, very strong front flippers, and on land they can actually use those to walk around and move pretty efficiently on land. Underwater, they use their front flippers to propel themselves through the water in a similar way to the way penguins use their wings to swim.
Hey, brush your teeth,
Seals, on the other hand, have very short front flippers, and on land, Gambit just kind of pulls himself along and wobbles along on his belly. And underwater, he uses his front flippers to steer, and actually uses his strong back flippers to actually propel himself through the water. So now that our keepers have weighed on the scale exhibit, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the behaviors that you're going to be seeing today. So these behaviors are part of what's called operant conditioning. So our keepers are using different visual and vocal cues, along with some tools like clickers and target sticks, to ask our animals to perform different behaviors. When our sea lions and seal perform these behaviors correctly, they get some positive reinforcement in the form of a tasty seafood snack. Our animals here eat a combination of fish, squid, and octopus. And while these behaviors are very fun for us to watch, they're not tricks. They're what's called husbandry behaviors, and they actually come in two really important purposes for both our animals and our keepers. The first of those important purposes is that a lot of the behaviors these animals do is actually practice for routine medical checkups. So our keepers will ask our animals to do things like open up their mouths so they can get a look at their gums, show the underside of their flippers, walk to a scale, lay down and be comfortably touched and examined. So they're associating all of those behaviors with that positive experience, that tasty seafood snack. And so it makes medical checkups a lot easier for both our animals and our keepers. Because our largest sea lion here at Sea Lion Landing is Baja, and he weighs over 550 pounds. So you can imagine if he needed a checkup but wasn't quite in the mood, it could be a little bit of a stressful situation for both Baja and our keepers. So by practicing these behaviors and associating them with that positive reward, it helps us be very proactive with our animals' health. The other reason we do these training sessions is something called enrichment. Now, enrichment is anything that is mentally or physically stimulating for our animals here at Riverbanks. You can imagine when our keepers ask our sea lions to perform different behaviors in different orders every day, it keeps them thinking and on their flippers. And by asking them to move around both on land and through the water, while asking them to do behaviors that they could naturally perform out in the wild, it helps keep them physically active as well. But these training sessions aren't the only form of enrichment our sea lions have. The little one's the seal. Another form of enrichment is actually the habitat itself. Sea Lion Landing is a 300,000-gallon saltwater pool, and it's kept at about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. But I have a pop quiz for you guys. This is a lot of water that the sea lions are swimming around in, but can they drink any of it? If you think no, sea lions cannot drink salt water, I want you to raise your hand. If you think yes, sea lions can drink salt water, I want you to put your hand on your head. What do you guys think? Alright, I see lots of raised hands, and you guys are correct. So just like us, sea lions can't drink salt water. They actually get all the water they need from eating animals that are high in water content, like that squid and octopus that we talked about. So they actually don't drink any water at all. They get it all from the food that they eat. Another thing you may notice about our habitat here is that it looks kind of like a pier, and that's actually on purpose. Sea Lion Landing was designed after Pier 39 in San Francisco, California. We actually have a live stream of some of the wild sea lions that live at Pier 39 in our underwater viewing area, so I encourage you to check that out at some point during your visit today. Pier 39 is a great example of how wild animals and humans can get along really well. Another example of human and wild animals positively interacting is through rescue. Have any of you guys ever rescued an animal before? Could you raise your hand for me? Maybe helped a turtle cross the road or adopted a cat or a dog from a shelter? Yep. That's awesome. I see so many hands. Can we give them a big round of applause? Here at Riverbanks, we love to see our community positively interacting with the animals around us. And actually, 3 out of the 5 sea lions we have here at Sea Lion Landing are wild rescued animals. So today I'm going to tell you Ranger's story. Ranger was actually born a wild sea lion off the coast of California, but was found stranded when he was a pup because he was born at a time when there was a lot of overfishing happening off the coast of California, and his mother wasn't able to find enough food to feed him. So he was found stranded as a pup, but was found by the right people, and he was rescued and rehabilitated. So they let him grow up a little bit and then released him back into the wild. But unfortunately, not too long after he was put back into the wild, he followed a group of people in on a boat and was begging them for food. So obviously, it's not an ideal situation when we have a wild animal who has associated food with people and is begging for them and ended up re-stranding himself. So he was rescued again, and it was decided for Ranger's safety and well-being that he would be in permanent human care so he could get all of the seafood snacks that he needs. Ranger has been with us for over a year here at Riverbanks, and we love having him. But overfishing isn't the only problem that faces wild sea lions. Another huge problem that wild sea lions face, and indeed a lot of marine life faces, is something called marine debris. Now, marine debris is just any sort of trash that ends up in our oceans. A great example of marine debris is actually our sea turtle friend Herman, who you can also find in our underwater viewing area. Now, Herman isn't a real sea turtle. He's actually a sculpture made entirely out of trash from the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans and even the Saluda River right here behind Riverbanks. And so he serves as a great reminder of what some things we can do to help out wild sea lions. Two of those things are to reduce the amount of plastic that we use and recycle it as much as we can, because plastic is one of the most dangerous forms of marine debris. Plastic is what's called a non-biodegradable material, which means all the plastic humans have ever made is still on the planet and will be here forever. So it's really important for us to think about how much plastic we're using. Another thing to do to help out wild sea lions is to make sure we're disposing of our trash properly so that animals don't get into it, it doesn't get blown away, and so it doesn't end up in our rivers and eventually our oceans. So it looks like our training session has wrapped up here today. I hope you'll join us at 11:30 at our Penguin Coast Habitat in the birdhouse right across the plaza for our morning penguin feeding. Again, that's at 11:30. Again, my name is Brooke. If you have any questions, I'll be sticking around up here for a few more minutes. I would love to answer those for you. And thank you so much for joining me here at Sea Lion Landing today. I hope you have a safe rest of your day here at Riverbanks Zoo and Garden.